Greetings and welcome back to Wolf Kage Los Angeles. We need to talk about Proposition 50 because Proposition 50 is being sold as a fix for fairness and democracy. But when you read the fine print, it's really just a move to give Gavin Newsom and the California Democratic Party even more control than they already have. The party of people who have literally sat here and destroyed California and won't even talk about the real problems that we face. They are not protecting democracy. They're trying to redraw it. So here's what's really happening. Proposition 50 will let the state legislature, the same politicians who've run this state into the ground, take over the job of drawing congressional maps. Right now, we have something that works out for us somewhat. It's an independent redistricting commission. It was created back in 2008 to stop politicians like Newsom from rigging districts for themselves. A yes vote would hand the power right back to the people who benefit most from it. It's literally like letting cheaters rewrite the rules halfway through the game. Now, there's a whole bunch of people who support this, and I know they don't know what they're talking about. They say it's about protecting minority voters and standing up to Texas Republicans. But California Democrats already hold a supermajority in both houses. They can pass whatever they want without a single Republican vote. So you might ask yourself, why is there such a rush right now? Because controlling the maps means controlling the future. It means locking in permanent, king-like, one-party rule with zero accountability to you, the taxpayer. Now, I was wondering, why is the NAACP involved in this? Why are they pushing a yes vote? You may have seen the NAACP California/Hawaii State Conference urging people to vote yes. They claim Proposition 50 protects black and brown representation, but here's the reality. It's about access and leverage, of course. These people don't care about you. I mean, when do you ever even hear about the NAACP? You see, if politicians control the maps, groups that help them draw those maps get a seat at the table. And that means more grants. That means more contracts. That means more influence. That means more money. So the NAACP announced they plan to mobilize 1.2 million voters this cycle and raise $750,000 to support this measure. They're investing in their own future. See, that's not what you call grassroots activism. That's a power partnership. And right behind them is, of course, the most corrupt leader of all, Governor Gavin Newsom himself. This is the same guy who oversaw more than $11 billion in fraudulent unemployment claims during the pandemic. Did you hear about that on mainstream media? This is the same governor whose homeless solutions programs have spent billions with absolutely nothing to show for it. The same governor who has been criticized for favoring developers and well-connected consultants through regulation and contracts. So when Newsom tells you Prop 50 is about fairness, you should hear control. Prop 50 is about control. He wants to control the map, the money, and the message. And you know what? Here's where it gets kind of interesting. California funnels billions, and I mean billions, through NGOs, non-governmental organizations, and nonprofits for so-called community service, which of course sounds good to most people on paper. But many of those groups are run by political insiders, people who cash in on state contracts while the problem just gets worse and worse and worse, which keeps the loop going of money. Look at the homelessness here. Can you just look around? California spends billions every year, and yet 10 cities keep growing. The more money they throw at the problem, the more their allies get paid. Now imagine those same people in charge of redrawing the maps to decide where that money goes. That's not representation. That's a money loop. Let's connect another dot. The Democratic machine here has learned to use illegal migration as an economic engine. Why do you think they keep fighting for this? Every new arrival creates more need for services, which means more state funding and more contracts for friendly nonprofits. It's estimated California spends over $25 billion a year on services for undocumented residents. $25 billion. More migrants mean bigger budgets, more programs, more power for the same politicians who claim they're helping. If these people control the maps, they can also shape districts to make sure those funds stay inside of their networks. Now let's talk about land. The real California gold rush. Regulations are supposed to protect us, protect communities, but in reality, they become weapons to push small owners out and let politically connected developers take over. Under the banner, and I know you've heard this before, of affordable housing, the state hands prime real estate to big developers who donate to the party. Homeless funding has tripled since 2019, and nothing changes on the ground. Now add Proposition 50 to the mix, and you're not just redrawing district lines, you're redrawing the real estate map of power and profit. It's all a part of a big plan. Can you not see it? Can you not see the pattern? Politicians draw new maps. Those maps protect incumbents. Incumbents reward NGOs and developers. NGOs fund campaigns and mobilize voters. The cycle repeats, and ordinary Californians like you, like me, get nothing but higher taxes. Broken promises. Meanwhile, California has lost over 800,000 residents since 2020. Most of them middle-class families. Most of them trying to escape bad policies. And you don't hear that on mainstream media. That's not progress. That's failure on repeat. And it just keeps going on and on and on and on and on. So what does a no vote really mean? It means you keep the independent commission that was built to stop people like Newsom, who are corrupt, who want to be kings. It means you say no to politicians who want to draw lines around their own power. It means you demand checks and balances in a state that's forgotten what those words mean. When you vote no on something as corrupt and crazy as Proposition 50, you're voting for accountability. You're voting for transparency and basic common sense. California does not need more power concentrated in Sacramento. It needs leaders like Kevin Kiley, people like that, who listen to the people. We don't need more lobbyists. We've seen what that happens when a machine runs unchecked. Mass homelessness is right here, right now. Record crime, right here, right now. Businesses, small businesses fleeing the state. Do not let them lock it in for a generation with Proposition 50. Mark no on your ballot, spread the word, remind your neighbors. This is still our state. I'm Wolf Kage. This is Wolf Kage Los Angeles. Peace.